Kiss, the stream where Jacob and I are back on our bullshit again.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, you're wearing a shirt with a dog on it.
Oh, this is from Valhalla.
Okay, well, I'm wearing a shirt with a cat on it.
Does that mean we have to fight now?
I don't know. I just thought I would note it. I thought I would mention it. Holy shit!
Cool.
Thank you.
Holy balls!
Hi, ex-wife
Hey.
Julie. Thank you very much for that extremely generous 10,000 bits. Holy moly! Wow, thank you. I'm so excited that you are here to see us play through the end of a Horatio story.
Yeah.
Also, some other people. Hold on, I need to do some sub-thinking. Where's my mouse?
What are we doing?
I've been flustered.
Oh, God.
I'm flustered.
I'm so flustered.
I would also like to say, hey, thank you to Munchlax Regrets Nothing, who subscribed for 21 months, and Razor Swift, who subscribed for 14 months.
Yeah.
I can turn our game back.
That's
up
what
too. You can hear the pretty music.
I got a haircut from this.
I also just got a haircut. I had my hair trimmed.
Oh my God, we actually have.
We have.
Hold on, wait.
Yeah, I was noticing this earlier that we have a very similar.
We have a very
haircut.
similar haircut, and I'm fading into the background.
I welcome our new era of unisexual haircuts.
Hell yeah.
I mean, okay.
I for one welcome our unisex overlords.
Haircuts aren't gendered inherently.
No.
It's just hair in a shape. Hey, Pirehand subscribed for 6 months saying it's too early and now Kiss to be flustered. And the Seraphman subscribed for 6 months saying a whole 6 months. Wow. But like basically, okay. Yes. I'm drinking a hot beverage. You're drinking a hot beverage.
Well, yeah.
We both have animals on our shirts. We both have the same haircut. Like, we both like to play dating games.
Yeah, we do.
We're basically the same person.
Absolutely.
Very few differences.
Oh my God, now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, we have a shitload in common.
No, but here's the thing. If you were a space alien.
Yes.
And you'd never seen a human being before, I think you'd look at both of us and say, yeah, sure, close enough.
I mean, why not? All they did was slap hair on that one's face.
That one's just got like a little different coloring on its chin, but it's basically, I can't tell cats apart, right?
Definitely not. No. Awesome.
Perfect.
Excellent. Yep. Orgamastron says, oh my God, Jacob's shirt is great. It's from Valhalla, and if you go to the Yizbert Games merch store, you can get one of your own. Valhalla is also, coincidentally, weirdly, a visual novel, which is odd, and happens to be one of the games that one of the companies that I work for publishes, Yizbert Games. Our games have soul. All right, I've done my shilling. Let's have some fun.
How much smooching is there in the game?
A goodly amount, as a matter of fact. Yes, there's the game gets a bit naughty. It's not a porn game, but it definitely is for adult audiences. It definitely has some maturity to it. I think you'd really like it.
Oh, interesting.
Actually.
Can I check the mic levels? I
Yeah.
think I just gotta turn us up a little bit.
Sure.
The mic's kind of far away. Hold on. 1 sec.
Get it.
Oh, that's in shot.
Get it.
There. But that's considerably closer to us, like probably like a foot closer. So, hey, I just want to say Moosefield Cat has subscribed for 60 months. Been a while since I can see it now. Kiss, also the big 6-0. That's 5 years. Thank you. Hewlin subscribed for 30 months. The Maricat shared with 100 bits saying, Subway bonus 10. Welcome back, Jacob Kathleen. All right, it's September, as sponsored by everybody's favorite sandwich overlords, Subway.
Eat
their food.
Yep. I mean, it's nice. Like, all of their heads look like Subway sandwiches in this game anyway.
Oh, it's true.
I like Jacob's slogan better. Just Subway. Eat.
Yep. Oh, guess you gotta. Whoo.
Okay, bye.
All right.
And
see you later.
Kavina has subscribed for 36 months saying your mics are really low unless I'm delayed. This has been solved. It is. That has probably, hopefully been solved. Let's get back to our dang game.
Yes.
Let's start the day.
Just let everybody know I am still recovering from PAX and some other voice work and things that I've had to do. So I may not be doing a whole bunch of super crazy things, and I may change up some people's voices that are easier for me to do the thing.
All right.
Yes.
But it doesn't matter as long as we go on this journey together.
Yes.
People want to see you and hear you, but they don't need to hear you in a specific way to love you.
but that's what I've been told my whole life. That's been my job for so long. Only talk in this specific way. It's the only way you get affection. I like it here. It's very affirming.
Welcome to Canada, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's like, hey. All right.
Ooh. All right. What did we do? All right. So the last time, when we left off, we had sort of failed our way upwards, and
We did.
We had done some unorthodox methods that that allowed us to beat the Star Trek simulation.
Yes, we did.
The unwinnable one that Kirk figures out how to cheat his way
Kobayashi
through.
Maru.
Right. We did our own Kobayashi Maru.
Yep. We marooned the fuck out of that Kobayashi.
We were just like, Kobe! Yashimaru, and did it. And now we have a much better, we have been given the quarters of somebody who is way higher station than us, and we're being rapidly promoted through the ranks because there is some sort of fuck up and a bunch of people died and a bunch of Horatios died.
Yep.
And there's supposed to be the people who run this station need to show the head Horatio.
Yes.
The big Horatio himself.
The big H.O.
Yeah. That it's time that they've still got plenty of qualified hymns.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we're doubling down on Horatio-ness. On our Horatio-ness.
Horatiosity.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. Alright, and we go to the mess hall. I get in line and grab my tray. Hey, Azralorn, subscribe for 43 months saying Happy Kiss Day.
Yay!
Hi, Steph.
Hi.
Oh, I know who I'll ask. He's working right there. Working the lunch counter as usual.
Oh, yeah, this guy who was just like, hey, you want to fuck off? And we're like, yeah.
The bad me.
Yes. Yep.
Hey, Darian F19, can I ask you a question? He pours a healthy serving of slop into a bowl and passes it to the brother before me before answering.
And congratulations were in order after your little stunt yesterday.
He looks me right in the eye.
Sure, what's on your mind?
So this morning after breakfast, it looks like I've got 2 classes, but they seem to be scheduled at the same time. He considers this for a minute. The Horatios in line start muttering, but he pays them no heed.
You know, unless someone actively tampered with the system, it's not supposed to double book you for classes. I don't suppose you'd have done anything to piss anybody off?
This makes me frown. Have I made enemies here? The grumbling from the brothers in line gets louder. They'll wait. Do you have anyone in mind?
Well, there's this guy whose dancing you ruined. There's all these guys you outshone during this lame military exercise. And then there's people who might object to your sudden rising star. Really, the question is there anyone who wouldn't want to hurt you? For the classes, looks like you'll have to make a choice which one you want to go to.
He hands me a bowl of slop.
Take your slop. Would you like something to spice this up?
I shoot him a death glare, grab my bowl, and go, I would have taken a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I eat in silence, considering my options. Gun sounds like something Extras B12 would teach. Startup imperialism sounds like an Eternus PO2 kind of thing. So which one? Okay, so Extras was like war, and Startup imperialist. So do we want the war guy or the snobby guy? I guess by doubling down on our Horatio-ness, we have ended up with the most Horatio of options.
That's true.
Which
These are
are-
very Horatio options.
We're hot for teacher.
Yeah, but aren't they both teacher?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but that's what we can't.
So yeah, do you want Shooty McWarzum or Snobby Mc look down his nose use?
Well, Shooty McWarzum, we actually seem to be going well with.
That's true.
Like,
Okay.
we were like good at his class, so maybe we're just secretly good at guns and like violence. Our violence skill is very high. It's like a +3.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's go with extras.
Okay. Which class do I want to attend? Guns. Pew 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 pew.
That is how guns sound.
Can you feel my? I'm trying to make a Nirvana reference because they've got like. I'm trying to make the pun "love gun," but it's just bad, so I'm just gonna stop. But I will explain.
I'm trying to
torture
do this
joke.
thing that's not working.
You know,
I've got this horse that needs beating.
Let me explain the joke, but not tell it. My decision made. I get up and exit the room, leaving my bowl on the table. I've never been to Small Arms Locker 4 or any other really, but I'm starting to get a feel for where the dangerous But I'm starting to get a feel for where dangerous things are stashed on this station. Generally away from important people. That means it's a bit of a hike and I end up in a place that looks familiar. Ah, yes, this is Sector B8, the sector I was previously housed in.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say I care much for it. I look up the exact path on a hollow screen and make my way there. When I open the door, I'm not surprised to see extras B12's bulky armor. I am more intrigued by the presence among the handful of soldiers present of what are obviously aliens.
So I noticed that the grenades are blinking. I assume they're inert. Why would you have them blink red if they're inert? That
Just to
seems...
let you know they're still on.
Cool. They're just letting you know, like, hey, I'm a grenade. Hey.
Oops.
Deadly weapon. Hi.
I'm here. If you should feel the need to pull me.
You gotta be careful where you say that kind of line.
Quality entertainment.
Yes,
here.
indeed.
Let's get that one in the highlights reel. We are the same person!
Oh, crap.
Ranking 27, subscribed for 9 months, saying, I still work!
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, I believe there's another appellation for them. Zenuglies or it was Zenuglies, but...
I mean, Category X personnel seems less racist.
But they called them Zenuglies. But I don't know if we should call them that. Because
Yeah.
it's super racist. It's xenophobic.
Xenophobic, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a difference.
I mean, the Zen's right in there, so...
Yeah. I'm very wise. I noticed that word.
Mm.
But yeah, they definitely called them that. Previously.
I thought we were going to pick the other one, because you just said it was xenophobic, and then you picked the xenophobic option.
Well, no, because I thought, like, this would be a test for, like, the game making me remember what they had been called previously before. Because they were definitely referred to as that.
Oh, yeah,
by, like,
they
other
definitely
people.
were, but I think we're just a little bit...
Oh, we can go back.
We can?
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
See,
Fuck
there we go.
yeah. Fuck yeah! Oh, hell, shit. Time travel.
I'm not here for a sanctified game experience. This is unhallowed ground at best. See? X probably stands for Zenuglies, but hey, this seems a tad more formal and a little less speciesist.
Cheers.
Uh,
Cadet? That's right, Horatio. Cadet Horatio F21, we were waiting for you. Welcome to my advanced class. Guns.
A strangely understated name, all things considered.
You think? Well, don't tell anyone, but sometimes there's beauty in simplicity. You can't go wrong with guns. As long as you keep them pointed in the right direction and locked up at night.
What's this class about then? I raise a hand as he inhales to shout, guns, and he deflates. I mean, what do we do here?
We learn how to use them to their full effect. It is rare for our soldiers to engage in direct confrontation on the battlefield nowadays, especially with our state-of-the-art fleet doing most of the heavy lifting. However, every once in a while, a particularly hostile planet will need some extra convincing to cease hostilities. That's where the guns and the brothers holding them come in handy. Here.
He hands me an impressive-looking rifle that looks dangerous regardless of how I hold it. I point at the two aliens with my chin. What about them?
Their presence is pretty simple to explain. They're our shock troops. For some reason I can't quite fathom, they are extraordinary marksmen. And since our regular Marines usually refuse to climb aboard the boarding pods, these are the folks we send.
Are they also part of the deckside fleet maneuvers?
A battle bridge? Well, yes and no. They're in close quarters choreography simulation. It's a vocational class.
Yeah. We're in there with all your little friends.
I'm sorry. You know what? Yeah,
No, just do a normal voice.
Yeah. Yeah. We're in there while all your little friends are getting scared of getting scratches on their pretty faces. So we're the ones. We do the work.
Except most of our time pods are not even launched, so we're just waiting for the simulation to end. Except the other day, I guess. Do you actually mean that when I sent the Horatio boarding crew, you were the troops I actually sent?
Oh, that was you? Neat trick, smart thinking. I can respect that. I'm Rink, by the way. I'm from Space Brooklyn. Yeah, a bit of a mouthful.
We picked the short option.
Yeah. I think I'll just call you Hey if I need to get your attention, okay? This is,
I'm Tora. I know, you guys think we all look alike, so I'll say it for your benefit. My people are called Galvran. Same number of limbs as this little guy right here, but a lot more eyes.
Hey, I'm not little. You guys are too big. I'm a snug fit.
That you are, Rink.
They're banging.
She points at my rifle and gives me a quizzical look. Also, when you hold your gun, make sure to point it away from your own body or you'll shoot something off.
Exercise trigger discipline.
Of course! I know how to handle a gun. I glance at the other cadets here who are holding their rifles in a relaxed manner, hand on the stock and the other on the barrel. I do that, but casually. She shrugs. Of course. Phew, close call. Extras B12, who I had not seen leave during my conversation with the aliens, comes back holding targets, neatly marked with numerical values closer to the center of mass.
Getting to know the troops, Horatio F21. Excellent initiative. Follow me now. We're going to the shooting range.
The shooting range? Where is that located, sir?
In a place where nothing can get hurt by stray gunfire. Cadets, form up! We're going outside.
Neat.
Yay! Cadets, attention!
We spent most of the last stream we were on together trying to get outside.
Yeah. I'm so excited for next week.
Anyhow, let's talk about
Yep.
the stream we're actually
Sorry,
on.
yeah. Hey, look at this thing.
Yeah. We stop in front of a bulky door. To the other side, or to the side, clear signage indicates airlock A38.
That door got some junk.
Oh, that kind of outside. The door opens with a hiss. We step in and shelve our guns onto a rack.
Put on your combat vac suits. Let's go.
Hey, JQL girl just subscribed. Thank you very much for that new sub. The other cadets open individual lockers and get down to business. I do the same. Express B12 opens a locker next to me and starts removing his armor, emitting little grunts of effort as he goes.
Casually glance at him. Yes.
I sneak a peek every now and then as I step out of my uniform. Express B12 and I obviously come from the same mold, but with every piece of armor he removes, he doesn't seem to diminish in bulk.
Yeah.
His shoulders are broad and bulging with well-defined muscle.
Hell yeah.
There's a long, deep scar on his back, starting on his right shoulder blade and slicing across his rib cage diagonally. I wonder how he got it.
Sexily.
I'm zoning out, still looking at his chest when he turns around.
Need a hand, Horatio F21?
Hey, Yisbrid Games just subscribed thanks to the Maricat. Thank you for all the gift subs you've given the Maricat. I have lost count, but I think it's a lot. Thank you a lot. I know it's a lot. Thank you. I feel the blood rush to my face. I'm good, it's just a bit tight.
Ah! Yes, it is.
He slaps me in the back encouragingly. It doesn't help that he's got a gorgeous, candid smile.
We're gonna space hump this guy, right?
I hope so.
All right.
I force my limbs through the vac suit, jump around a bit to squeeze everything in, and close it up. When I'm done, I'm a bit red in the face, but it looks like it's from putting on the suit.
Okay, cadets, put your helmets on.
Whoa! 1,183 gift subs.
Like this year, or like over the whole? Holy fuck! Yo, that's That's crazy.
That's more than I thought, and I had thought it would be in the hundreds for sure.
Yeah, and the Meerkat even stopped by the Usebird Games channel and threw some gift subs around as well. Like, holy hell.
Holy shit.
Damn, thank you so much. I don't know what we did to deserve you, but please let us know so we can do it again.
Oh my god, look at their helmets.
Hell yeah! That is so very, very good.
He slaps his on with practiced ease, fastens the lock, and checks his comms. I need a bit more time to work around my precious forehead without hurting anything sensitive. After a minute or so, we're ready to grab our guns and step outside.
Oh, I love the backgrounds in this.
I know, it's such a beautiful game. The exterior of the station looks a bit underwhelming compared to the rich interiors, but I'm guessing they spared the expenses for the inside. We're near what appears to be a point defense gun, although from the antiquated looks of the turret, I don't think it could defend this point or any. Express B12 walks off in the distance and plops down the targets a couple of meters apart from one another. He makes his way back to us.
Now, one per target, one shot at a time. Ready? Aim! Fire! Horatio F21, I didn't expect you to be such a shot. What a promising cadet you're turning out to be. What's your secret?
I think it's the fact that I'm looking directly down the sights when I'm shooting. I find that helps a lot.
But aren't you afraid the recoil of the rifle will bruise your cheek?
I mean, it's a laser gun, right? I didn't feel a kick at all.
Damn it, you're right! How did I not think of it?
Rink chimes in.
You guys are operating using tactics and doctrines that are hundreds of years out of date. Your old guns must have had a hell of a recoil, and somehow you still remember that.
I'm not exactly pleased to have him intrude in our private conversation, but he makes a good point. I guess this explains why the aliens are considered such good shots. Extraordinary marksman, my smooth ass. Extras B12 looks in the distance, rubbing his chin.
Yes, that'll take some training to get out of the new clone's imprinted memory.
Oh!
Nice.
That'll take some training. So if we don't know that, then
Right.
what's wrong with our memories?
Yeah, because we don't have the implanted memories.
Yeah.
And everybody here has 500-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Most Call Me Tim has subscribed for 23 months and saying, accidentally sent my sub message into chat.
Bleh.
Oh, it says, hi Jacob and Kathleen was supposed to be the sub message.
Well, hello.
And accounts made for ants converted from a Twitch Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Well, thank you very much.
That's terrifying, because I recently just read a horror book that had to do with ants. Invasive by Chuck Wendig. It was very, very good.
He puts a hand on my shoulder.
Good thing you're showing how it's done, Horatio.
I turn a very nice shade of pink, but say nothing. I look around my new quarters as I step through the door. It doesn't feel like home yet, but I guess things change fast around here. I feel drained from my day. Hoktari has cheered with 100 bits. And we got a bonus 10 from Subway. The pictures on the wall are smiling at me. It's oddly comforting. I fiddle with the holoscreen for a moment, checking tomorrow's schedule. Looks like the big item of the day is another dance class. It's simply called dance in a rather understated fashion. The last time I attempted dancing, it went moderately well. Hey, that's a problem for another day. And Cassie13 has cheered with 100 bits. Thank you. And Subway also gave us 10. Yeah. I survived today, but I'll do my best tomorrow. I lay down on the bed and close my eyes. This time my sleep is peaceful. The dance lesson is about to start. This is a smaller area of the concourse, off to one side and away from the foot traffic. The setting fits the occasion as there are far fewer of my classmates here. It's about a dozen clones all told, including my classmates Headmaster Eternus P2 and, strangely, Master Sergeant Express B12.
Fuck yeah.
Because
Yeah, we gotta get down to
we're
get
gonna
down.
dance with him!
Hell yeah, we are. This is a new dance that has taken the court by storm. Our beloved, benevolent brother loves it. Being new, it is pretty different from what you're accustomed to.
There are no expectations of success for any of you going in. However, it will be the dance we perform when he comes to review the cadets, so make sure you do not embarrass me, lest you suffer the consequences. This dance is called La Volta. It is a dance for couples.
Of course it is. I can hear appreciative ahs coming from all around me.
As someone I'd like to get closer to. In this dance, the partners salute each other in a saunter, a deliberately slow skipping, parading for the benefit of the audience and showing their fitness.
This sounds very cute.
Yeah, it does.
Then they get closer to one another and pivot around a central point. The leader is facing the follower and puts his hands on each of the follower's hips.
Oni Squirrel subscribed for 42 months.
The follower is facing the leader's right and places his closest hand on the leader's shoulders. Both turn around the same spot by walking forward. Every 3 steps, the leader lifts the follower into the air to display his strength and show his partner to the audience.
He pauses.
It is of utmost importance that you lift me as high as you can, of course. The follower must follow the leader and spring just before he lifts to ensure maximum effect. Repeat this simple sequence until the music stops. Salute. Simple as can be.
Woof. That sounds difficult. It sounds kind of like, do you watch Yuri on Ice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The lift
Yeah.
at the end.
Yep.
Oh, that was so beautiful.
I didn't so much watch Yuri on Ice as experienced it with my whole body.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it too. It was, everybody's just like, oh, it's just, people love, like, Yuri on Ice was like transcendently good.
Yes. I intentionally seek out like queer anime or anime that kind of pushes the boundaries. Because when I was living there, like I marched in the Tokyo Gay Pride Parade and like I was involved with LGBTQ stuff because it's usually like Japan is like 20 years ahead in technology and like 20 years behind in everything else. So I like to kind of keep up with how the culture and stuff is moving through anime because I'm a trash person. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was some good shit.
I mean, I hope I won't make a fool of myself again, but it sounds fairly straightforward. You prance about, then grab your partner and lift him in the air a bunch. Aternus PO2 turns to me.
Horatio F21, are you feeling confident enough to lead a couple?
Yes, sir.
Impressive. You may pick a partner.
Oh, wow, just like that, huh? Let's see. Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
if these are our 2 options.
yeah.
I mean,
Let's go with.
that's weird to pick your teacher.
Yeah.
It seems wrong, but let's do it. I like a little,
I feel like if you're all cloned from the same person, like the whole like student-teacher distinction, it falls away a little bit, right? Like, maybe.
I mean, I like that it adds that little spice to the forbidden.
Yeah.
Personally, your expression doesn't seem to be the case.
I just worry about power dynamics.
I mean, I don't worry about them. I look forward to them.
Oh. I think we have fundamentally different tastes, but that's okay because difference is the spice of life, and we're very similar in so many other ways.
I think we're similar enough where we can have a few differences, and that's just fine.
All right, Extras. I choose Master Sergeant Extras B12. Extras B12 seems surprised, but he breaks into a smile.
Right on.
One after another, the rest of the dancers select a partner. That's fraught. Can you imagine being the last Horatio on the side of the gym? Aww. Aternus pairs off with one of my classmates who is cooing in delight. We form 2 concentric circles with the leaders on the outside. Aternus P2 reaches down to the hollow pad on his belt, presses a button, and the music starts. I'm just a tad nervous. We salute and start circling each other, making sure to show off our clothes to an imaginary audience. I notice that Extras B12 is wearing the same armored suit as usual, which surely cannot be his dress uniform. Are there dress uniforms for probationary officers? Oh, I gotta look into that. He doesn't seem to care either way. We step closer and I put my hands on his hips. Ooh, that's so sexy.
Mm-hmm.
He puts his hand on my shoulder and there it rests, calloused by use and almost twice as big as mine. He gives me an encouraging smile, which I return. 2, 3, and lift! I tighten my grip on Extras B12's hips and raise him up. At least I try to do my best to raise him up. He is much heavier than I expected, even with my help. He barely, and even with my help, barely clears 20 centimeters. The lift only lasts for an instant, and then I put him down. He touches down with a bit of force and gives me an apologetic look. He leans in.
The secret, if you struggle to lift your partner, is to boost him up with your knee as you lift.
Say what?
Just use your knee to push me up.
Where do I put the knee? How?
Push under my butt with it.
Oh, they're back to back.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
because they're kind of like this, and then you have to like...
I imagined
lift
it
them
was
up.
like a reverse lift, and they were like locking eyes.
Well, I think like you've got one hand on the hip and then the other on the shoulder, and you're sort of shoulder to shoulder. That's how I envisioned it.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
think-
like
I
kind of
mean-
grabbing them from the back and going like, "Look at my Horatio! This one's mine!"
Look at this hot piece of ass. That
Yeah!
looks very similar to my hot piece of ass.
We are all hot pieces of ass.
I hope
Yes.
this is very Bozzy positive. I feel like it is. I feel like everybody's like, yep, that body is very similar to mine, and I like it.
And I like it. I like all of this.
Until May, subscribe for 32 months. I also like that. Thank you very much. What?
Yep.
He winks at me. Okay, I've got my work cut out for me. Still, I appreciate him trying to help. 2, 3, and lift! With his trick, it's a lot easier, and I can boost him as high as any other couple. I push him in the air just a little bit higher and then put him down. My knee feels weird, having touched his muscular rear end. Both my knees feel a little weird. Really?
You're a good partner, Horatio F21. I mean, a good dancer. I mean, yeah, fuck yeah.
Pretty sure
Hell
I
yeah.
know what he means.
Yeah! Squeeze his hip. Yeah!
I adjust my grip on his thigh and give it a quick squeeze. He gives me a look of surprise that quickly turns to delight. I know. I raise a single eyebrow at him. 2, 3, and lift! I prop him up for as long as I can. We step away from each other and salute. You haven't seen anything yet.
Hell yeah!
Hey, that earns me another bashful grin. My head is spinning slightly and I'm all red in the cheek, which is unseemly for one of us. However, this was very fun and enlightening. We all salute one another, and Eternus PO2 leads a round of polite clapping. Every me seems very pleased with themselves. After all these emotions, I decide to head home to relax. Wow, Jigo Kuro subscribed for 40 months saying, I lost 30 pounds in the last 2
Hell
months.
yeah.
I'm very positive about my body now. Congratulations, that's a feat. Jacob is great. I love
Live, nibbles. Hell yeah.
I thought it was like live, love, laugh.
Eat, love, pray. Nibbles.
Eat, love, nibbles.
Nibbles, yeah. Nibbles, love, pray.
Perfect.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
that works.
it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
I step out of my clothes and into the shower and turn on the water. Soon the cabin is covered in steam. I stand a long time under the water. I've been hearing about today's class for days. It's simply called cooking, but from what I've gathered, the title is deceptive.
It's meth.
The object of the class is not to cook for oneself. We're actually supposed to be learning how to prepare an entire banquet in honor of Horatio Prime. The deadline is coming up and every me is a little feverish. Several advanced classes are devoted to this occasion, but thankfully I'm not stuck with valeting or another one of these lesser tasks. Still, the expectations are huge for this job. The food has to be made exactly to his liking, arrive at the right temperature in a deft dance of dishes orchestrated by the valets, and then whisked away before he gets bored with them.
That alliteration was fucking great.
Yeah, this game is well written. It's all about managing expectations and delivering. Speaking of delivering, I better hurry if I want to be there on time. I'm surprised to find
I
Turgis.
forgot the animation, I'm sorry. Those machines are pooping. While staring at us.
Yeah,
Yep.
maybe. I'm surprised to find Turgis F07 leading the kitchen when I get there. He doesn't seem happy. Darian F19 and a few of my classmates are running around, holding plates of sliced vegetables and pieces of meat. Tension is palpable.
Horatio F21, it's nice of you to finally join us. Care to explain where you were 12 minutes ago when we started prepping?
The class doesn't start for another 4 minutes?
Would you like to tell the Emperor himself that his food is late, but it's because class only starts in 4 minutes? You do that. You do that and you see where it leads you.
He gestures eloquently to the recycling chute.
This is my kitchen. Do as you're told or else.
I don't need a picture. I grab a knife and start peeling super spuds. Darian F19 puts a hand on my shoulder and whispers,
Better not get in the way when he's like this.
"Where was this warning a minute ago?"
I'm just saying. The Turgus F07 has been around a long time and he's in charge of many things. Sometimes you'd better just play along and keep a low profile.
Is the hierarchical structure always this messy?
If you never know who your boss is or who you should be taking orders from, it really helps the people at the top. And it keeps you on your toes.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, you're really into this, aren't you? Well, I hope you enjoyed today's hierarchical musical chairs.
He walks off to sprinkle something fragrant in a big pot. I stop paying attention to what I'm doing for a second and nearly cut my thumb clean off with the knife. Ooh, this may not be the best knife for the job. I put the knife down and grab a ladle instead. This looks like my kind of tool. I walk up to Turgus F07, show my ladle, and raise a questioning eyebrow.
Trying to stir things up again?
Ha! I get it, but I'm not even going to gratify it with a smile. Oops. He indicates a pan where a thick, orange, creamy goop is simmering.
God, I love thick orange creamy goop.
It's supposed to be a cheese sauce.
It's just a big-ass vat of Velveeta. Just...
The luxury
Mmm.
of a petroleum-based food.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't know what they make Velveeta out of, but it can't be...
It can't be
It's not
good.
cheese.
No, it's cheese food. It's certified cheese food.
It's like... It's got to be some sort of stabilized oil product.
Stabilized oil product. So enticing. Make sure that sauce doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. Watch it like your future depends on it. It does.
I hurry over and plunge my ladle in.
I mean, we must discover the truth.
I bring the ladle to my lips when no one is looking. Oh, bad move, it's hot!
Yeah.
It tastes like someone put a used towel through a strainer and sprinkled oatmeal on top of the resulting juice.
Oh no. The sweet taste of sophistication.
Wow, I absolutely 100% regret this decision. I drop the ladle back in the pan and pretend nothing happened. I start stirring. The first course of dishes has been laid out in an artful manner on a set of silver platters. A group of my classmates, presumably from the valeting class, or maybe reception protocol, arrive to whisk them away to the concourse where the banquet will be taking place. They're staging a dress rehearsal with a Turnus P02 playing the role of the Emperor. Everybody from me from my batch will be taking part. If the Emperor is pleased with us, he will look favorably on our cadet crew joining the Interspecies Academy. We've still been told next to nothing about this academy, so I'm guessing that part comes after the official banquet. The Maricat has cheered with 100 bits, saying it really is... Oh, loading, ready, run. Velveeta, which is what they're talking about. It really is cheese with a few chemicals to keep it emulsified. There's a bunch of recipes for making gourmet Velveeta using high-class cheeses and sodium citrate.
Well, thank you very much for the 100 bits and the knowledge I will never get to unknow. Ever.
I mean, it makes me feel better about thinking Velveeta is, like, kind of good texturally. It's got a good melty texture, right? You know, if you're making, like... Because it's very smooth. So if you're making a dish that relies on having a melted cheese, a Velveeta is something nice to slip in there.
I don't mean to sound very snobby.
But you have...
I have never once eaten Velveeta.
Oh! I've definitely had it in dishes before. It's... Like, it seems unnatural, but it's not bad. But, like, the same thing by minor spoilers. I had a deep-fried Kit Kat.
Oh, God, that sounds awesome. I've had deep fried Oreos.
It tasted like a warm chocolate bar that somebody has left in their car. But at the same time, it was still good. Because it's still a Kit Kat, and it was still deep fried.
I got this candy bar from my back pocket. Do you want it? I mean, it's still a candy bar, so yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes things are bad and good at the same time.
Streaming.
Scratch Monkey has subscribed for 13 months, and Napalm Black just subscribed. Welcome to the channel. It's normally not just two like a pair of twins shooting the shit about candy bars. Oh, hi, Inquisitor Gaia. Enjoy your class. All right, so let's get a move on here, though.
Yeah.
As I've often heard around here, better not mess this up. I'm feeling a bit sweaty after spending the better part of the day at a kitchen. And Turgis F07 said that on the day of the real banquet, we'd have a solid 20 minutes to dash back to our quarters and take a shower. Then he added that if I'd been on time, a shower might have been possible.
No big deal.
This is just a rehearsal after all. Soon enough, we'll get to go home and bathe. We're all arrayed in front of long tables in the concourse, with the food we've prepared tantalizingly close. We cannot touch it yet, as all the dishes have to be proposed to Horatio first, so that he may decide whether they're worthy of him or not. The smells make my mouth water. I am standing close to the front of the line, with Turgis F07 to my left and Darian F19 to his left. Extras B12 is approaching with Eternus PO2, presumably telling the Emperor's stand-in how competent and worthy we are. The Empire is peerless, and we are its finest representatives. The ceremony is just making things official. Eternus PO2 stops in front of the assembly and gives us one of his enigmatic smiles. I'm not sure if the smile is an imperial affectation or just that he's having fun. At a signal from Extras B12, we bow deeply to our Emperor, and he clears his throat lightly.
My dear subjects and brothers, it is a great honor to be with you on this auspicious day.
I settle in for a long speech and start daydreaming about... Ooh.
I mean...
Xanto69 cheers with 50 bits saying, I consider myself a serious foodie and I care deeply about what I eat and how it is made, but the only mac and cheese I eat is Velveeta. It is absolutely delicious. Oh, exactly as intended has gifted a sub to Evandil.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you.
Sorry. What do we want to do here?
Okay, normally I always go for the lore options because I want to know more, but I would like to know more about Exorcist B12's muscular physique, and perhaps learn where he in fact got that scar.
The sound of a body hitting the marble floor pulls me out of my reverie. A cadet far to my left has collapsed and is quickly surrounded by others. I join in the crowd. Whoa, the cadet is all unmoving, his face all purple, his face deformed by a ghastly grimace. Extras B12 pushes his way through the group.
What happened here?
I don't know, sir. He just fell to the floor all of a sudden. I saw him grab something from the table.
Extras B12 slides a finger between the body's lips and pulls it out. It is covered in thick, orange goop. My heart sinks. That's the sauce I was stirring earlier.
Poison?
The other cadets start whispering urgently to one another. I can hear several different rumors being spun right this instant. But I tasted the sauce too, and I didn't die. It must have been poisoned after I was done with it. Unless... I put a hand over my chest. My heartbeat is a staccato, but apart from a sudden burst of stress, I don't feel like I'm about to die. Eternus PO2 steps closer.
What happened, Master Sergeant? I believe the food was poisoned.
My name is E, has up for 52 months. Thank you, E.
Given the circumstances, the only possible culprit is a brother of the Empire, a saboteur in our midst.
The crowd around us explodes in gasps and cries of alarm. The rumor-mongering doubles in urgency. Extras B12 points at the dead body.
If this one had respected protocol, the first person to have tried the food would have been you, Grand Headmaster.
Eternus PO2 pales slightly.
Every me to your personal quarters. You will be contacted when we have assessed the situation.
Holy shit.
Master Sergeant, come with me to my office.
He looks around.
Where is Horatio F21? Good.
Time to take responsibility for whatever happened. I'll get a better chance of explaining things from my perspective if I'm cooperating. I'm here, sir.
Come with us.
How does he know? What does he know?
He probably wants to get us to investigate.
The trip to Eternus PO2's quarters is even quieter than the first time I went there, which is saying something. Eternus PO2 and Express B12 are whispering to one another while walking, but I can't catch what they're saying. Once again, we step through an unmarked door and into Eternus PO2's quarters. I don't know whether I'm going to get chewed out again, or if maybe they think I've done it. If that's the case, then bad stuff is about to happen. I noticed that the headmaster and I are alone. Where's Express B12?
The Master Sergeant has stepped out for a moment to oversee the other cadets. He will be back.
Eternus PO2 gestures for me to sit on one of the low couches and paces back and forth. After a couple laps around the room, he stops in front of me.
Poisoning the sauce. The situation is rather unsavory.
I don't know if you remember because it was at the exact end of the stream last time, but we've been enlisted to find the bad guys. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I wince at the pun.
Come on, Horatio F21. It was a pretty good one. Am I not even going to get a smile?
I look him in the eye. Shouldn't you be a little bit more concerned about what just happened? He looks away for a moment and eventually shrugs and nods.
Probably.
He sits down on the couch.
You should know, though, that this is a relatively common occurrence in the Empire, and that I am not entirely unprepared.
How so?
Oh, for a start, the probability of actually dying from direct poisoning is actually minimal. I've said actually twice. That's how smart I am. This extraordinary coincidence that a brother just happened to break protocol and taste the food, it happens every single time. An enterprising brother will think that they absolutely deserve to just try it, that no one will notice. That is the sole reason for the protocol that says that the highest authority in the room should taste the food first to even exist.
Well, know thyself, right?
Yeah. You would have known that had you shown up for my class on startup imperialism. Clones are so predictable. There is someone, though, who is an enigma to me.
He slides closer.
Oh no.
I am entirely uncomfortable with Eternus PO2 putting on the moves right now. I slither ever so slightly away and try to change the subject. What about the saboteur? Eternus PO2's expression makes him look like he's just stepped on a snail.
Right. Business before pleasure.
He straightens up.
It is easy enough, Horatio F21. You have proven to be a loyal subject, and you are smart. You are obviously not quite perfect, although... Oh, but I digress. I want you to identify the saboteur, see if he has any accomplices, and deal with the situation. Put an end to it for good. Be my inside man, if you will. What do you say?
He winks at me.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
The door to the office suddenly opens and Extras B12 barges in.
Do we know if there's a harem ending?
I don't know. Maybe there is.
Because, like, I'd totally be into, like, a Horatio fuck party.
Oh.
Like, that'd be cool. If there is a harem ending. Huh. Interesting.
Well, there's multiple endings to this game. Anyhow.
Grand Headmaster. It's just us, Express B21. You can call me Sir. Sir, I've just received word that one of our deep space proximity centers has been triggered. It seems that a fleet passed nearby, headed straight for the station. From the footage, it appears to be a raiding party, most probably Volter's pirates. Volters? Have we not bought peace from those dirty imbeciles? I believe they took offense at the recent splicing of their colonists in the Iridian region. Sorry. Wait, their territory is halfway across the quadrant. How could their fleet venture this far away from home? Our spies at the Academy report that they possess the technology to build portals that allow the instantaneous transport of ships from one portal to another. This would explain how they bypassed our defenses and reached this deep into the Empire. Are those Volter's pirates the reason our training fleet went missing last month? It would certainly make sense, sir. I've called the Imperial fleet, but it is half a day away at best. That's why we need to prepare right away.
Well, go and do that then. We are busy here. I was hoping to enlist the help of the cadets, sir. Oh. Is there a problem? I was just about to assign our young protege to a very special insider mission with regards to our saboteur just before you stormed in. He has shown himself to be very resourceful. But that's why I need his help, sir. Our defense systems are pretty bare given the lack of maintenance in recent times. Also, I'll need a shock team if things get ugly. You've seen him during fleet maneuvers. The cadet has the mind of a great tactician. And the way he uses a rifle, it's like he was born with one in each hand. Given the circumstances, it is crucial that we focus our efforts on protecting the station from this attack. Oh, very well then. What about you, Horatio F21? What do you think your talents would be best used for? Banging?
I have many talents, but making decisions quickly is not among them.
For banging. Help defend the station.
I feel like the station is like, that's a
Yeah.
very present threat.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, both are present,
yes.
but this is more like pew pew present.
Yes, and we would like to unwrap the present that is extras.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I will come with you and help shore up the station's defenses, Master Sergeant. Extras B12 gives me another of his childish grins. Attorney's PO2 stays silent, but the corner of his mouth reveals his feelings on the matter.
Right, that's great. Come on then, there's not a minute to spare.
We dash out of the room. Once outside and safely out of earshot, Extras B12 puts a hand on my shoulder.
Hey, are you okay, Horatio F21?
What?
I'm better now, thanks, yeah.
I'm better now, thanks. I don't like the way he looks at me. He sighs deeply.
It is difficult to say no to him. Around here, brothers usually do everything they can to win his favor.
But playing hard to get's sometimes a strategy.
He's in charge, after all.
Still, I'm happy you showed up. The next few minutes are spent in silence. We pass from one hallway to the next, traversing the station at a brisk pace. The place is conspicuously empty. Where is everyone?
Either getting ready or in a corner cowering in fear. Mostly cowering in fear.
Do we have a security team or something? A marine detail?
We do have guards, and they're the guys who are crying the hardest. They've used guns before, and they know what kind of holes they can make in a pretty face. More importantly, I am unable to reach them entirely. We don't have the time to figure out what happened to them just now.
So who's actually going to defend the station? He gives me a pointed look. Just you and me? Come on! What about our crack team of sharpshooters? The funny little guy and the Ice Queen?
They're nowhere to be found either. I'm guessing their desertion means they're okay with playing simulators for us, but not too eager to actually get hurt for the Empire. Cowards. A shame, but we'll have to deal with them later.
So what could we do? What can we actually do?
Well, first off, we're going to gear up. We've plotted the enemy fleet to arrive within the next few hours, but it is possible they've picked up speed since. We need to be ready to fight.
We round the corner and step through the door marked Small Arms Locker 4. The room is covered in weapon shelves, rifle racks, and assorted ordnance shelves, but there are no guns left.
Lazy grenades.
Someone has already helped themselves, it seems.
It is good to see that at least some of the brothers on this station are gearing up to fight with us.
Or someone has taken all the guns.
Yeah, and just been like, loot!
I have a bad feeling about this. A sensation that things may be just a little more complicated under the surface. I snap out of it. Now's not the time. What if this is some big head fuck from Chief Horatio?
Oh, I hope not. But it could totally be.
I could totally...
Yep. This
It
seems
seems-
like a head fucky empire. Yeah.
Still, no weapons. We'll have to improvise.
He pulls a heavy-looking armored case and lifts it without even breaking a sweat. He puts it on a small trolley and pulls it behind him. Okay, what now?
We're going to the one place where I know for sure there'll be weapons, and we're heading out. We'll need to fix the point defense turret close to the hangar bay.
The one next to where we had your guns class?
Yes, that's the one.
He leaves the room and I follow. Are there no other turrets?
Not anymore. A few years back, it was decided that they were sticking out too much, made the station look ugly. Mostly it was the autoloaders that took up space in the hallways of the decks immediately below the turrets. They were decommissioned and taken apart.
How did this one survive then?
I argued we needed it for target practice.
Clever. So what needs fixing?
Well, the only way Turnus Ep2 accepted my request was if the autoloader was removed as well, so we need to reload the magazine manually.
I look at the case he is pulling behind him. These? By hand?
Yes, and from outside. Come on, the airlock is this way.
If we survive the coming storm, then a lot of things are going to change around here. Express B12 leads the way to airlock A38. Stashed neatly at his locker, an array of ways to hurt people is waiting for us.
I'm ashamed to admit it, but sometimes it was just more convenient to keep gear here rather than having to lug it around the station. It did come in handy in the end, didn't it?
I will not report this breach of protocol, Master Sergeant. I grab a rifle and a couple of hand grenades. Express B12 takes a sleek-looking handgun for himself. I offer to swap guns.
Keep it. You're the better shot anyway. Let's suit up.
We start putting on our vac suits. My eyes wander around the airlock and eventually land on Express B12's naked, muscular back. I had almost forgotten about his huge scar.
I didn't.
It's moving slowly, pushed around by his muscles.
Yeah.
There's a hypnotic quality to this ballet, and for a moment I get lost in the sinuous movements of the mark. I snap out of it when I hear his voice.
Hey, Horatio F21, are you with me? Till death do us part.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
kind of funny.
Yeah.
Till death do us part. That catches him off guard. Is he blushing? He looks away for a brief moment, composing himself. He clears his throat.
Very well. Let's go. Can I make a dirty joke?
Sure.
I'm glad he cleared his throat. That gives us room to put something there later.
That's very suggestive, Jacob. It's not even, it's like taking it and just like writing it out in all caps on loose leaf and handing it.
I'm talking about blowjobs. I don't know if that was clear. Was that clear enough?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Chat also is just, yep. Lewd. How are you? I couldn't tell, says Sarah.
Ah.
We put our helmets on and head out, pulling the armored case along. Up close, the situation is not that bad. Yes, the turret looks ancient, but when Extras B12 pushes the control of the side hatch, it hisses open straight away.
Right, now to lower the turret's drum. Horatio F21, can you open the case and hand me the rockets one at a time?
Sure. I flick the latches and lift the lid, do as I'm told. Do you think a lonely turret can do anything to hold off a raiding fleet?
On its own, not really. They fire using a proximity sensor to detect threats, so they're not really aiming at anything in particular. Back when there were a couple of dozen, the space outside the station would be saturated with enough explosive ammo to shoot anything off the sky. Now, well, maybe a lucky hit.
Is it possible to manually control a turret? He considers this for a second.
Why, I think it is, yes, yes! From inside the station, where the autoloader system used to be. You want to give it a try?
We have a better chance at disabling an enemy ship if we actually aim at it, rather than hope a single rocket at a time is enough for saturation fire, don't we?
That's right. The station's sensors haven't located the fleet yet, so they're at least an hour out still. That's more than enough time to switch controls to manual. Let's head back in.
We hurry inside. I remove my helmet and drop it at my feet. I'm peeling off the top half of my vac suit when I notice Extras B12 looking intently at me from 2 feet away. I turn around to face him.
Listen, Horatio F21. We are facing a very significant challenge, you and me. We are this station's first and possibly last line of defense, and...
He fumbles for words.
What I'm saying is there's a good chance we, or one of us, might not make it.
He extends an arm in my direction. I can't help but look at the strong, calloused fingers as they approach. They land on my shoulder, which he squeezes gently.
This might be a real Kobayashi Sofan with no happy ending.
I will fulfill the mission parameters, Extras B12. I've done it once. Regardless of what happens.
Yeah, leaning for kiosks.
Smooch, smooch, smooch.
Smooch it! Smooch it, boochies!
I look him in the eye. We are closer than we've ever been. It is now or never. There's something I really want to do. And I lean forward, looking at his half-open mouth. I close my eyes and press my lips against his. He tenses up for a second, then relaxes. His lips push back against mine. Oh, it's so cute! I feel my heart pounding, thumping inside my chest and threatening to burst out. Wow, the Meerkat has gifted so many subs to, it looks like 10. So,
Holy
AG
balls.
Miter, Fainted, Just Whatever IDK, Kitsune Studios, Dr. Frankenstein, Joe Kim, Iconic Studios, 89, Elkinar, Frostily, and Belaquea! Thank you! My goodness, wow. And Ocelot has cheered with 100 butts and says, Lou Jacob gets a foot long.
100 butts, huh?
Butts. Bits.
Yep.
Subway. Eat butts.
Eat butts. Yep, it's 2019.
This is such a lewd stream.
Uh,
I know by now that I'm definitely flushed red in the cheeks, but it's true. But now, right now, I don't care. I want him to see me flustered. I want him to see me. I want him, period. This is nice writing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I want him to see me. Like, that's... Whew,
It's like-
that's hot.
And can I say that the elegance and simplicity of those sentences really got across the meaning without having to, like, there's no purple prose there, which I give a double thumbs up to. In fact, more than an okay. That was double good.
Yeah. That was excellent.
The blaring of the alarm brings us back to the here and now. I reluctantly tear myself from Express B12's embrace, my body aching for the warmth of his powerful arms.
The station's proximity sensors. They're within 1 million kilometers now. We'd better get to the turret control systems fast.
The timing is not ideal. I shimmy back into my uniform, cursing pirates and responsibilities. We jog out of the room. There is a station to save. The control panel is not particularly hard to locate or even difficult to open, and once again I think that security systems in this place are one hell of a mess. Extras B12 fiddles with something inside the panel, then turns to me.
All right, Horatio F21, here's how this works. This stick is point and shoot, this button is radar feedback, with the indicator immediately above it flashing green when the radars hit something. Here on the right is the radar screen showing the station's surroundings.
Where's the camera screen?
There is no such thing. If the turret detects something in front of it within the radar, it fires its rockets. When there's a volley of a couple hundred missiles flying, that's enough to do the job.
Wow, defenses like these. It's a wonder you guys didn't get attacked earlier.
What?
A sudden beep on the radar demands our attention. 1, 2, 3 dots emerge on the screen.
That's it, they're in firing range.
I grab the stick and get busy.
Ooh. I very much enjoyed all of those sound effects.
A few minutes or an hour later, the turret is silent. We're all out of rockets. With my instruments, I can only guess at the state of the enemy fleet. One of the dots has disappeared together, another has veered significantly off course. The last one, though, is bearing down on the station with as much intent as malice as that can be packed into a blinking green dot.
Ha!
Express B12 puts a hand on my shoulder. I feel like there would definitely be mini games at some point here. It sounds like maybe you would have had like.
Think so? Oh yeah, I mean that would have been like a missile command kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would
exactly.
have been cool. Eh?
Whatever. Oh, these are the sound effects from the actual like game.
Nice. Very
That
cool.
makes sense. They've already got them. They spent
I
a
mean,
lot of
yeah,
money
they-
probably making them.
Oh yeah. Yep, sound designers are amazing and not cheap. You are amazing, Horatio F21. You are one of a kind.
I don't have time to ponder this as a flurry of beeps erupts from the one remaining ship. We hunch over the screen. What's that? Escape pods?
Boarding pods, they're aimed right at us. Brace for impact.
I hold on to the controls as best I can.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Sound like it landed close. Let's go! We take off in the direction of the crash. We find the boarding pod crash site, but it already looks like we're too late. The alien vehicle looks like a gaping maw, the head of a gigantic worm fixated in a death rictus. But it's empty. We peer inside cautiously. Seats not unlike our own, but with security straps, minimal life support, and a big, bulky container with a universally recognizable symbol on the side. Dust. What's this then?
A dust container like this, in a nasty piece of work like that? Who knows? It's dangerous is what it is. Don't shoot at it.
The door at the end of the hallway... a door opens at the end of a hallway and a voice erupts, immediately followed by enemy fire.
They're in here! Take cover!
We jump inside the boarding pod and hide behind the broad rim of the intersection.
Sit rep Horatio F21.
I peek over my shoulder. More shots force me back behind cover. Hard to tell. There's a bunch in the hallway already, and I can see more coming in. Probably the other boarding pods.
How are they spread out?
I cautiously raise my eyes to be level with the rest of my head and then take another glance outside. The sally of my beautiful head is met with forceful fire from the opposition. They're all coming from the hallway on the right-hand side, and there's a cluster immediately in front of us, stationwards.
As long as they don't surround us, we can fight our way out of here.
I know a good way to create some space. I take one of the grenades I stashed in my pockets and hand it over. Know how to use these?
Oh, nice.
Extras B12 throws a beautiful arc and the grenade lands right at the feet of a cluster of enemies.
Grenade!
In our confined space, the explosion is deafening. We're both a little shaken, but it seems to have worked. The closest pirates have pulled back around a corner.
We can fight our way out with the grenades, Horatio F21. How many have we got?
I grab the rest of the explosives in my pocket and look at them. So, we've got one more high explosive grenade, and this one is some sort of flare?
That's a beacon flare for training exercises. That makes it one useful grenade.
It's not much.
It's not much indeed.
You look at one another. So how do we play this?
If we can use this grenade to push them back, we can dash to the end of the hallway we came from. Escape from there, try to regroup with whoever is in fighting shape.
Do you hear any commotion? I don't think there's much fighting going on.
In that case, we hole up somewhere we can defend and we wait for reinforcements from the Imperial fleet. The question is, what part of the station is easily defensible by an outnumbered group? I mean, the office only has one way in, one way out.
Yeah, the lab is like a way bigger space, right? To me, this seems like a no-brainer that we go to the office because it's small.
Yeah. I mean, there's one choke point. I didn't think of it, but yeah, maybe we can make it work. Get ready.
He throws the grenade with consummate elegance. We're about to leap for the pod. We're about to leap for the pod when the door we're aiming for opens. Horatio soldiers are brandishing the weapons we thought lost. I notice it's not only brothers; they're accompanied by Rank and Tora. I mean,
I would say we're saved. They're our brothers, right?
I raise an arm and wave them down. Same team. Darian F19 smirks at me.
You think?
He levels his weapon in our direction. We hastily retreat back to the pod. Our saboteur.
Huh, okay.
I kind of guessed that.
We gave you a chance, Horatio F21. We really did. You had potential. You were different. But no matter how many overtures we made, this is what you chose. Yeah, you know, things have changed around here. Things are going to change even more.
Aha.
With the help of these gentle folk, we will take over the station and...
Hold on a minute. A female raider stands up and takes a step towards the rebellious clones. We're not staying here. Our fleet has taken one hell of a beating, and we intercepted communications between this station and a relief squadron headed straight for us.
But the deal?
The deal was we'd help you muscle your way out and grant you safe passage out of here in exchange for you helping us carry out our raid. We're here for the cloning technology.
What about the station? What about the rebellion?
You're in your little space station right in the middle of the Horatio Empire. Do you think you guys stand a chance once word gets out? She barks a brief, bitter laugh. Darian F19 looks away from her in shame and his gaze lands straight on us.
Very well. In that case, there's just one last thing to take care of before we move on.
Uh-oh. I duck back behind the rim of the pod and lay down some covering fire.
The tactical situation is grim.
Never tell me the odds, extras B12.
What do you mean? What were the odds we'd find each other? I mean...
I don't know, what are the odds we'd find each other?
Can love bloom on the battlefield?
He smiles at me in a sad yet comforting way.
I'm not about to let you go.
I look around to the insides of the pod and try to find our next move. We're trapped inside a crashed boarding pod, like a wobbly cork plugging a hole in the side of a ship, more or less. What if you just leave?
Right?
And then
But I don't think...
the cold vacuum of space takes care of your problems.
Yeah, and... I mean,
like,
if a boarding pod can shut and do
presumably
things...
it opens. Or if it can close back up, that's my thought.
Yeah, but I think that might be a one-way thing. Like, launch boarding pod, and then it lands, and then opens and dumps out the
It seems
troops.
unnecessarily wasteful, though.
I mean, you might be able to collect them later, but I don't think they're meant to go back, because they're meant to... You're supposed to shoot troops at a thing and then take that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the life support system with its oxygen tanks. There's the dust container with all manner of warning stickers on the side. What about we make a big, big boom?
Yeah, I would like to make a big, big boom.
And there's the flare. I know what we're gonna do. Keep them at bay. I've got an idea. I rip the hose from the oxygen tank and hide behind one of the seats to unscrew the release valve of the dust container. Both release their contents into the cabin with a sharp hiss. I take the flare out of my pocket.
Are you sure about this, Horatio F21?
Look at it this way. If we fail, we'll never know.
Yeah.
I pull the cap of the flare off and tug on the ignition pin.
Take my hand. Yeah.
Take my hand, extras B12. I wake up with a start. Am I in the lab?
That's a good thing we didn't go to the lab, because they were after the cloning technology.
Oh.
Yeah.
Extras B12 sidles up to me before I can ask myself any other question. He has a small bandage on his beautiful, rugged forehead, but seems otherwise unharmed.
You're finally awake. Good.
Is this the bad ending? Good ending. Somebody says, well, what's an ending? What happened?
You mean after we blasted our way into outer space? As you probably planned for, everyone in the corridor was vented into space by the decompression.
Yay!
Yeah, nice job. That took care of a lot of our problems. I'm not sure about the exact timeline of events after that, but the Imperial fleet arrived shortly after. The Vulture's fleet was gone by then, although I'm not sure what happened to specific people. The corpses are probably still zooming around the system.
How did we survive?
From what I've been told, they found us unconscious and covered in dust, but otherwise mostly unharmed. It seems to have saved us from both the explosion and the subsequent exposure.
Oh, the Maricat says they don't think there are any bad endings for this
That's
game.
awesome.
It's just different. Neat. And what happens now?
Well, it seems we've absorbed quite a lot of dust before they fished us out of the boarding pod, you and I. They want to study the effects this has on us, and you're definitely going to the academy. For me, I've heard a promotion is in order, and there's someone very special who's come to see you.
The sounds of footsteps make him look to the side. He turns his back to me.
He's here!
He bows deeply. I look up from him to see our brother, our god, Horatio Prime himself.
Yeah.
He's even more handsome than I thought.
Achievement unlocked, the other Clone Wars.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, neat. Oh, but banging. Maybe because we didn't ask about him during those last couple of conversations?
Maybe? What happened to you?
Yeah, what happened to you, yeah. Oh, well, after you sent us barreling into space, I think I got hit by debris from inside, either something or someone. I'm not sure about the exact timeline of events, but the Imperial fleet arrived shortly after that. Okay. Vulture's fleet was gone, corpses. What happens now? Well, it seems we've absorbed quite a lot of dust. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh. Don't worry, though. I'll make sure this new
My
posting...
allows me to come say hi. Okay, good.
Okay.
Excellent.
All right.
He's here.
And that's it.
Huh. Is there a stinger?
I don't know. They're gonna release more bits to the game, apparently. Yeah? Yes. So there's more of this coming, but like episodically.
Lovely.
Perfect. And we had plenty of time. It's 4:20. Love thyself every day. Baby. We have plenty of time to finish up before AFK tonight.
Oh, look at all these nice people that made this game. Product marketing manager, Japanese IP. Oh wow, they released this game in Japan.
This is a fun game. This was nice.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the hell out of this.
Yeah, it's free. You can play this, and then I assume that if you go with one of the other dating, maybe you're in the rebellion.
I
then
would say
if you
you're in the
go-
rebellion probably, and it gives you the option of the cook or the
Yeah.
slop guy.
Yeah. Made with Ren'Py. Ren'Py is a very good engine.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think that's it.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
we
we're
don't
good.
we don't really have time to go through anything else.
Yeah.
As-
I'm good with that.
Trahan says this free April Fool's joke was better than 90% of the stuff. It's so true.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. For the next little bit, Now Kiss is actually going to go on a hiatus because we're juggling the schedule. Me and Gray
boy.
are juggling our schedule a bit, and we're really trying to make sure we have enough time to get Road Quest done. So Now Kiss will return later. So, also if you like this and you thought the whole thing was interesting and you want to see more of this universe but less of the kissing, you can just play the endless games.
Yeah.
They're apparently all on sale on Steam right now, according to Tryon.
Oh.
So
Oh,
there you
no.
go.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're like $10 or something.
Damn it. I'm trying to. Oh man, I'm trying to get through.
Did you think you'd have any free time, Jacob?
Yeah, I know, right?
No.
Like hell. Yeah.
No.
No, I would love to play through this because I love 4X games, I love strategy games, and
Mhm.
I would obviously be playing the Horatio Empire.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have to now.
I mean,
Although,
kind
I
of.
feel like we've gotten kind of a rosy-cheeked, version of what's going on in the Horatio Empire.
Probably. I mean, it's probably
Other
super
people
fucked
might
up.
have other things to say about them. Vultures are another faction.
Oh, neat. Okay, I want to learn more about. Oh man, I'm trying to finish Nier Automata.
Oh, yeah.
Before the Final Fantasy XIV raid based on Nier Automata comes out.
That's happening?
Yeah, they got
Okay.
the actual creative director of Nier Automata helped to design and write it, and
Cool.
they're actually doing a raid in Final Fantasy XIV based on it, and you can get the gear and some shit from Nier in Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm so looking forward to whatever the fuck I can put in my house.
That sounds so cool.
It's going to be rad as hell, and all of the raids right now, the other raids are based on Final Fantasy VIII. So it's all Final Fantasy VIII stuff, which is neat.
My.
It's not my Final Fantasy VIII was not my Jiminy Jam, but Nier is super fun.
I sort of remember Final Fantasy VIII for a triple triad.
Yes, the entirety of Triple Triad is in Final Fantasy XIV
Of course.
with the original music. It's so rad. It's the only game I have even a sliver of time for. And I mentioned MMO, and your eyes just glaze the hell
Well,
over.
just because I made a decision many, many years ago that I did not have time to play MMOs.
Right.
With the amount of hobbies and other stuff that I do,
Yep.
and the fact that my other hobbies are generally exclusionary to playing an MMO,
Yes.
so I just didn't start.
It is the only game I play, and I play it incredibly casually. It's an easy pickup. It's a single player game for me that other people happen to be playing at the same time.
Okay,
That's
makes
pretty
sense.
much it. Yep. I mostly decorate the house and fish.
I have a friend who's really into her Final Fantasy house.
Yeah.
Her Final Fantasy 14 house. She was
Yeah.
they released new real estate or something, and she was stayed up late for it or something.
Stayed up late and camped it.
Yep.
Yep, I did the same thing.
And I was I don't know what you're talking about, but good luck.
Yep. Nope. I got my house. I'm very happy with
I
it.
think she also got her house.
Yeah.
She was pleased.
Yep. I'm super pleased. Yeah. What do we do now?
Well, I mean, this stream is kind of done early, so...
Okay,
hey, Jacob,
cool.
if people like you, where
Hey.
can they find you?
If people like me, you can find me. So for my personal stuff, my website is Make Words Happen. My Twitter, which is where I'm most active, is @JacobBurgessVO. I have an.
Holy...
Oh,
Whoa!
Jesus Christ!
My goodness. Did 50,000 bits, or 5,000 bits, sorry, from XY Julie saying... Kind of wanted more of that ending, but we still got a great Lewd Twins stream out of it. The Lewd Twins, that's us.
Hey.
I'm so sorry.
That's
Please
okay.
finish.
So for my personal stuff, the voice acting and the games writing and everything, that is on my Twitter @JacobBurgessVO. I also have an Instagram that I do not update very often. I am also here on Dice Friends, which we are still finishing out. That is on Monday nights at 5 p.m., which you probably already know about because I am literally preaching to the choir right now. And if you want to see some of the other streams that I do, I'm the community manager for Yizard Games, which is a games publisher of games like Valhalla, which is another visual novel that I think you should check out. Shape Red Caterpillars, Y2K, Postmodern RPG, oh no. My brain. Oh, and Masquerada Song and Shadows, which we're playing on the stream. So that's Tuesday and Thursday nights. Tuesday nights is Masquerada, and then we're going to be starting Skeleton Dance Party for September on Thursday nights.
Cool.
Yes, and we also have a Discord, so if you want to hang out with us there, we're still building it, and we just added a couple of new emotes and things like that. So there you go. That's what I'm doing.
Yay!
Yep.
You can catch me right here on this actual Twitch channel because this is my job and I work here. Also, Blooding Ready Live is this Saturday, so you're going to want to check that out. So, yeah. All right.
Okay.
We're going to go offline early, but don't get too attached to not watching us on Twitch because at 5 o'clock, there's another stream happening. It's AFK, so they're playing a board game. I just need to look up the game they're playing. I'm not playing on it, so I don't remember what it is. I am very sorry.
Bob the Ninja Goldfish, Will Jacob Be Alive? Not this month. I am already booked, unfortunately. So I will not be there this weekend.
I did notice I didn't commit you to that because I wasn't sure. That
I appreciate it. Yep. No, I am already booked this weekend.
It's AFK with Adam, Serge, and Ian, and they're playing Demon Worker, which is a worker placement game.
What?
Like a worker, like where you like have to collect things and like it's like a genre of board game, worker placement.
Oh, it's a genre. I'm sorry. I thought it was like a simulation game where you placed like demons and like Dungeon Keeper used to be, because that shit was Majimajam.
No, it's like a board game. You know, like where you place the meeples in the Carcassonne. So you
Yeah.
can get, like, the,
Yep. Oh,
that's
okay.
the worker placement aspect.
thing. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, because that's for AFK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's coming up in half an hour. Jacob is also resting his voice because he's got a lot of like work stuff coming up. So we're not going to push him to do too many voices today, right now, just because that's his moneymaker in there, and we have to keep it safe and treat it gently. A couple people in chat are Contingent Cat are also mentioning that I do a home stream, but that's only once a week, so I don't think we need to get bogged down on those details. But if you don't get enough on me on Saturday during live, you can watch during the evening.
JQL Girl did ask Jacob, can we get a bit of nibbles before you go? I assume that's what you're responding
Yes,
to.
I didn't want to volunteer to do a voice.
If you want to hear the Nibbles voice, the episode that was on last night just dropped, so you can have it on demand whenever you want.
That's true. Go check out the hijinks we got into. Everybody died because it was a game of paranoia. Anyhow, Tempest
awesome.
2097, thank you very much. I'm glad you liked them. But I think now it is time to say goodbye.
Yes.
So, wait, I should say I could go to this stream and I say, bye everybody. See you in half an hour.
All right. Bye everybody. Thank you.